There are moments in life where you feel the floor drop out from under you, and you're falling before your brain even understands what's happening. For me, that moment came halfway through a Valentine's Day dinner, watching my girlfriend feed lobster ravioli to another man while I sat alone on the opposite side of the booth, chewing my $32 steak in silence. But the craziest part? Walking away from that table was the best decision I ever made. It just took about 6 weeks for the universe to prove just how right I was. My name's Jake. I'm 29, and up until recently, I thought I had my life pretty figured out. I'd been with my girlfriend, let's call her Sarah, for almost 2 years. She was 27, sharp, ambitious, the kind of woman who turned heads when she walked into a room. 6 months earlier, I'd moved into her apartment. Her name was on the lease, so it made sense financially. We split bills, I paid her my share in cash every month, and for a while it felt like we were building something real. Look, I'm sharing this on Anonymous Confessions because I'm still processing how quickly things unraveled. If you've ever felt that gut punch of realizing you're not valued, hit that like button and subscribe. Trust me, this story gets stranger, and you're going to want to hear how it ends. Valentine's Day started with so much promise. I'd booked a table at this cozy Italian spot downtown 2 months in advance. It wasn't the most expensive place in the city, but it was the kind of restaurant where the lights were low, the candles were real, and you needed a reservation just to get in the door. I got ready around 5, pressing my shirt, splashing on cologne, the whole deal. When I stepped out of the bathroom, Sarah was standing in front of the mirror in this stunning red dress I'd never seen before. It hugged her in all the right places, and for a second my heart actually swelled. "You look amazing," I told her. She smiled at me through the mirror, but it was quick, distracted. "Thanks, babe. Oh, by the way, I invited someone to join us tonight." I laughed at first, thinking it was a joke. "Wait, what? Who?" She kept applying her lipstick, not even looking at me. "My work husband, from the office. He's been really down since his breakup, and I didn't want him to spend Valentine's Day alone. You don't mind, right?" My stomach dropped. I mind a lot. "Babe, it's Valentine's Day. This is supposed to be just us." She rolled her eyes, that little gesture she knew annoyed me. "Don't be that jealous boyfriend. He's literally just a friend, a work friend. It's sad to be alone on Valentine's. You'll love him. He's funny and sweet. You're secure enough not to be weird about this, right?" The way she said it, with that slight edge in her voice, it felt like a challenge, like if I pushed back, I'd be the insecure, controlling boyfriend. So I swallowed my words, told myself I was overthinking it, and got in the car. We pulled up to the restaurant at 7 sharp. He was already there, standing by the hostess stand like he owned the place. Tall, probably early 40s, wearing a designer suit that probably cost more than my monthly paycheck. An expensive watch glinted on his wrist when he reached out to hug Sarah, and I mean hug her. His hands landed on her lower back, and he held on just a beat too long. When he finally pulled back, he extended a hand to me. "You must be the boyfriend," he said, his grip way too firm, almost crushing. "Thanks for letting me crash your date, man. Really appreciate it." I hadn't let anyone do anything, but I just nodded, forcing a smile I didn't feel. The hostess looked confused when she saw the three of us, checking her seating chart twice, but she led us to a booth, and that's when the night really took a turn. Sarah slid into one side, and he slid in right next to her. I was left standing there, alone on the other side. I was the third wheel at my own Valentine's Day dinner. And for the next hour and a half, that's exactly how they treated me. It was like I was invisible. They talked shop, inside jokes about coworkers, a nightmare boss, some project deadline where they'd ordered Thai food and worked until midnight. I'd tried to jump in once or twice. "Oh, that's wild. Something similar happened at my job last year," I said. They both just stared at me for a second, then burst out laughing like I'd told a joke, and immediately went back to their conversation. The waiter came by, and without even glancing at me, they ordered a bottle of wine, an expensive one. Sarah got the lobster ravioli. He ordered the ribeye. I scanned the menu and picked the cheapest steak on the list, a New York strip for $32. I knew on some deep level what was coming. Dinner arrived, and the scene got even worse. They started feeding each other bites.
She giggled as he cut a piece of his steak and placed it on her plate. She didn't offer me a single piece of her lobster ravioli, which stung because she knows I'm a sucker for seafood. I just sat there, cutting my meat, chewing in silence. It was a good steak, honestly, but it tasted like cardboard. When the check arrived, it sat in the middle of the table. No one moved for it. Finally, Sarah glanced at the leather folder and looked up at me. "Babe, can you get this? I mean, it's Valentine's Day. You were going to pay anyway." I felt my jaw tighten. I was going to pay for us, not for him. Her face shifted, that flash of anger she got when I didn't comply. "Are you serious? Don't be cheap. He's going through a hard time." The guy actually put his hands up, all fake humble. "I can Venmo my part if it's a big deal." I knew it was a performance, and then I felt Sarah's foot connect my shin under the table, a sharp kick. "Stop embarrassing me," she hissed. I pulled the check toward me, $240. My steak was $32. I pulled two 20s out of my wallet, tossed them on the table, and stood up. "That's for my meal and tip." Sarah's voice went up an octave. "What are you doing?" I looked at both of them, sitting there, staring up at me like I was the one ruining their night. "You two look great together, really great. I'm breaking up with you." Her mouth dropped open. "What? Breaking up? We're done? Over this? Over me being nice to someone? Over you bringing another guy to our Valentine's dinner," I said, my voice flat. "Over you ignoring me for 2 hours. Over you expecting me to pay for your date with him. Yeah, over that." I turned and walked out, didn't look back. I heard her call my name once, but I kept walking, straight to the curb, and ordered an Uber. I'm pausing here because this is where everything shifted for me. If you're listening to this on Anonymous Confessions and you've ever had to walk away from something that wasn't serving you, drop a comment and let me know I'm not alone. And while you're down there, smash that like button and subscribe for more real-life stories. The Uber took me straight to her apartment, our apartment. I spent the next 3 hours packing everything I owned: clothes, laptop, my gaming console, books, toiletries. I called my buddy Mark, who has a pickup truck, and he showed up around midnight. "You good, man?" he asked, looking at the bags on the curb. "No," I said, "but I will be." We loaded up the truck. I left my keys on the kitchen counter, and I crashed at Mark's place. He had a spare room I'd used before I moved in with Sarah. I barely slept. My phone buzzed all night. Texts from her. "Where did you go? Are you serious right now? Come back so we can talk like adults. You're overreacting. He's just a friend, a work friend. It's sad to be alone on Valentine's. You'll love him. He's funny and sweet. You're secure enough not to be weird about this, right?" That $5 steak was worth every penny. Around 3 in the morning, I blocked her number. I needed sleep. That was 4 days after Valentine's. The crazy thing, I didn't feel sad. I felt angry, sure, but underneath that there was this weird sense of relief, like I had been holding my breath for months and finally let it out. A week later, things escalated. She showed up at my office, walked right into the reception area, and asked for me. My coworker came to my desk, looking awkward. "There's a woman here for you, says it's urgent." I walked out, and there she was, red-eyed, no makeup, looking like she hadn't slept in days. "We need to talk." I shook my head. "No, we don't. You can't just throw away 2 years over a misunderstanding." I kept my voice low. "It wasn't a misunderstanding. You brought another guy to our Valentine's dinner." She started crying right there in the lobby. "He needed a friend. You're making this into something it's not." I needed a girlfriend who didn't treat me like I was invisible. Guess we both didn't get what we needed. "I love you. You have a weird way of showing it." She grabbed my arm. "Please, just coffee. I'll explain everything." I pulled away gently. "There's nothing to explain. You made your choice. I'm good." "You're being cold." "I'm done. There's a difference. Leave." Security was already approaching, and when she saw them, she turned to me, her eyes hard. "This isn't over." "Yeah, it is." She left. My boss pulled me aside, asked if I was okay. I told him it was just an ex-girlfriend, and he nodded, said he was glad I was all right. I appreciated that. Later that night, I got a text from an unknown number. I answered, thinking it might be about an apartment I had looked at. "Hey man, it's him, from dinner." I almost dropped my phone. "Are you kidding me? How'd you get my number?" "From her phone."
Look, we got off on the wrong foot. Want to grab a beer and clear the air? I laughed, but there was no humor in it. Absolutely not. Come on, man. We're both mature adults. She really cares about you. She cares about me so much she let you feed her dinner and didn't offer to pay. I was just being supportive. What was I supposed to do? Say no? The audacity. You can both do whatever you want now. I'm out. Delete my number. You're making a mistake. She's great. Then date her. Blocked that number, too. Here's where it gets wild. My friend Mark, the one who helped me move, works in cybersecurity. When I told him about the work husband texting me, he got this look. What's his name? I realized I didn't even know. 2 days later, Mark came back with information. Turns out the work husband wasn't just a coworker. He was her direct supervisor, her boss. I'd spend Valentine's Day with my girlfriend and her boss, watching them flirt while I paid for
my own steak. That explained the expensive suit, the designer watch, the confidence. Then another text came through from a different number. I know you blocked me, but please read this. I made a mistake. I took you for granted. I miss you. That night meant nothing. He means nothing. You're the one I want. Please give me another chance. I didn't respond, but I screenshotted it. And then the next day, she posted on social media, one of those vague, self-righteous posts. When you finally see who truly has your back and who's just using you, trust matters more than anything. Some people reveal their real colors when life gets tough. I deserve better. The comment section was a circus. Her friends chiming in, "You deserve so much better, Queen. It's his loss." Not one person asked what had actually happened. Then my phone started blowing up. Mutual friends, acquaintances, all asking what I'd done to her. So I posted my own version. I kept it simple. I broke up with my ex after she invited her boss to our Valentine's Day dinner, ignored me all night, expected me to pay for both of them, and then called me dramatic for leaving. That's it. That's the story. The tide turned fast. People started questioning her, commenting, "Wait, what?" and asking about her boss. She deleted her post within an hour, but the damage was done. I found a small studio apartment and signed the lease. It was tiny, but it was mine. No more living in someone else's space. A couple weeks later, Mark and I were grabbing pizza after moving my stuff, and he filled me in on the latest gossip. Things were a mess at her office. Apparently, someone from the restaurant had recognized them and made an anonymous complaint to HR about inappropriate workplace conduct. An investigation was underway. I felt this weird mix of vindication and sickness. I'd known something was off, but hearing it confirmed hit differently. Then she showed up at my new apartment. I don't know how she found the address. She knocked on my door around 8 on a Tuesday night. I looked through the peephole and didn't open it. "What do you want?" "Please let me in. We need to talk." "We really don't." She was quiet for a second. "I lost my job." She looked awful. Hair a mess, clothes wrinkled, eyes puffy. "They fired me. I violated policy. This is your fault." "My fault?" "You told people about him, about Valentine's Day. Someone reported us. Now we're both fired." "I didn't report anything. I just told people what happened when you posted about me online. It's the same thing. You ruined my career." A neighbor's door opened. An old guy peeked out. "Everything okay out here?" "Yes, sir. She's leaving." She glanced at him, then back at me. "I have nothing now. No job. I can't afford my apartment. It's all because of you. I thought you loved me." "I did. Past tense. You killed that when you prioritized your boss over me on Valentine's Day." "He's not my boss anymore. We're both unemployed. Where am I supposed to go?" She tried to push past me into the apartment, actually put her hand on my chest and shoved. I held the door firm. "You need to leave now." "Just let me stay tonight. I have nowhere else." "That's unfortunate. Still, no." The neighbor called out again. "Son, you want me to call the police?" Her eyes went wide and she stepped back. "Fine, fine. I hope you're happy. You destroyed my life. You invited your boss to our Valentine's dinner. You destroyed your own life.
I just stopped participating. She left, and I heard her crying in the hallway. For a second, I felt bad. Then I remembered her laughing while she fed him her lobster ravioli, and the feeling passed. The next day, my mom called. "Honey, Sarah called me." I sighed. I figured. "She says you kicked her out, and now she's homeless." "That's not what happened. I left her apartment weeks ago. She got fired for inappropriate conduct with her supervisor. That's on her." I told my mom the whole story. The Valentine's dinner, the ignoring, the boss, the HR investigation. There was a long silence. Then my mom said, "Oh, sweetie, I am so sorry. It's fine. I've got my own place now." She asked if she could stay with us for a bit, said you suggested it. I nearly laughed. The absolute nerve. I did not. "Mom, please, don't let her guilt trip you. She made her choices." "Your father wouldn't allow it anyway. He never trusted her." Thank God for parents who actually listen. Then the ex-boss himself sent me a message request on social media. "I guess we should talk. This situation got out of hand. I may have crossed boundaries, but your reaction caused real damage. People lost their jobs. We can resolve this like adults." I screenshotted it and sent it to Mark. His response was immediate. "Bro, this guy is trying to blame you for their mess. Don't respond. Don't give him ammunition." I blocked him. Last I heard from mutual friends, Sarah had completely spiraled. She got evicted from her apartment, fell behind on rent without her job, and the landlord started proceedings. She got my new number from my mom, lied and said it was an emergency, and left a voicemail. "I know you changed your number, but please, I'm in real trouble. They're kicking me out. I have nowhere to go. My parents won't help. My friends are all busy. You're the only one who ever really cared. Can I just stay with you for a few weeks? I'll sleep on the couch. You won't even notice I'm there. Please." I deleted it without a second thought and changed my number again. I told my mom what happened, and she felt terrible. She said she wouldn't have given it out if she'd known it was a lie. I told her it was okay, but please don't share the new one. Meanwhile, something unexpected was happening. Remember the woman from accounting I mentioned? We'd been grabbing coffee during breaks, just chatting. She was smart, funny, grounded. We went on a proper date. Nice dinner, good conversation. At the end of the night, she insisted on paying for her own meal without me even asking. Imagine that. She looked at me and said, "I heard what happened with your ex, the Valentine's thing. I just want you to know, I think you handled it really well. A lot of guys would have made it dramatic or tried to get revenge. You just walked away. That took strength." It didn't feel strong at the time. It felt pathetic. But looking back, she was right. I respected myself enough to leave when I saw disrespect. My ex, on the other hand, is moving back with her parents in another state. Her and her former boss fell apart immediately after they both lost their jobs. Turns out it was just workplace proximity and the thrill of doing something forbidden. No real connection at all. She posted online asking for financial help and got dragged in the comments. People brought up the Valentine story, and she deleted it fast. Look, the reason I'm sharing the end of this story on Anonymous Confessions is simple. Sometimes walking away is the most powerful thing you can do. If this resonated with you, please like the video and subscribe, and drop a comment. Have you ever had to walk away from something that was slowly destroying you? I'd love to hear your story. My studio is fully furnished now. It's small, but it has a plant on the windowsill, my gaming setup in the corner, a kitchen that's barely functional, but I'm learning to cook. Meal prepping on Sundays has become my new ritual. Work gave me a raise last week. My boss said I've been showing increased focus and professionalism. Funny how that happens when you're not constantly stressed over your relationship. The woman from accounting? We're going out again this weekend. She wants to try a new Thai place and insists on paying since I covered the first date. I didn't argue. It's nice being with someone who actually wants to contribute. Looking back at that Valentine's night, I realized it was the first time I'd truly stood up for myself in that relationship. The red flags were there all along. She always expected me to pay, but got defensive if I mentioned it. Her friends mattered more than couple time. She shared intimate details about us with coworkers. She prioritized looking good on social media over being happy. I ignored all of it, thinking that was compromise.
But compromise is mutual. What I was doing was just accepting less than I deserved. Someone asked me if I regretted being harsh. The truth is, no. She needed consequences. Not because I'm vindictive, but because her actions finally caught up with her. The job thing, the apartment thing, the friendship thing, it all came from choices she made. She knew bringing her boss to our Valentine's Day dinner was wrong. She did it anyway. She knew spending company time developing an inappropriate relationship was wrong. She did it anyway. I'm not responsible for cleaning up the mess she made. Would I take her back if she came crawling? Not a chance. Even if she was sorry, she's only sorry she got caught, sorry she lost her job, sorry she's facing consequences, not sorry for what she actually did. Big difference. So, that's it. That's the story. A guy gets disrespected on Valentine's Day, walks away, and rebuilds his life. No drama, no revenge plot, just a person who decided he deserved basic respect and acted accordingly. The woman from accounting just texted me asking if I have any allergies before Saturday. That's the kind of consideration I should have expected all along. Someone who actually cares. To everyone who followed this, thank you. And to my ex, if you're somehow listening, I genuinely hope you figure your life out. Just not with me. Never with me again. And that's where the story ends and the next one begins.